This is an acrylic painting done of a young girl who included her actual cat, who was her pet, in this acrylic painting. Each of the figures represents the young girl. This is also an acrylic painting with relief canvas strips to help focus on the divided phases of the various figures that show the complete life of a given individual. Here we have an acrylic painting. This is done with some relief canvas areas in various places to help dramatize the subject area, which is imaginative but quite intense. And so the blackness plays a part of drama along with all of the basic colors. This is transparent watercolor, giving you a chance to see the white of the paper where the most whites are, or where the truest whites are. And it also helps to modify the colors because you use a lot of water to get changes that sometimes helps to give distance to a painting, such as in this one. This is a transparent watercolor that deals with both the whitest whites and the darkest darks. Now the darkest areas are also transparent watercolor, but they have an intensity that still carries through. This composition is interesting in that the roadway almost tends to divide the picture in half, but it's over just far enough away so that it leads you down into the picture rather than dividing the picture. In this watercolor, the artist gets a little extra chance to play more with the surface because it's a sandy beach with a rather subdued sky. So the white of the paper has to play a big role in this, and manipulating the stones is just a matter of shadows because they too are as light as the sand. Here we have transparent watercolor that can be done not just with a brush, but with just the movement of the paint by tipping the surface or even blowing on the surface and creating a little bit of extra dramatic effects, and use the bright colors that go with it. Here we have transparent watercolor for an outdoor scene looking through a window into the backyard. And interesting point is that the black that shows is not black. As a watercolor technique, blue with some red and a touch of yellow makes a black that has more life to it than the pigment black that's applied by the art supply store. It's not an original idea, but I enjoy using it with the transparent watercolor. In this transparent watercolor, we have an interesting combination of this wide, smooth, sleek roadway in contrast with the lush foliage of all the trees and the bushes surrounding it. And the road also serves as a purpose to direct you to the distance so that you don't miss the farms and the hills in the background.